Something about his eyes.
And just look at those sidebends! So Zelda informs Link that the mark on his hand means that he bears one of the 3 pieces of the Triforce, the other 2 residing with her and her father. She then tells Link about an ancient prophecy stating that a hero would arise from the forest and save Hyrule with a legendary sword. Apparently ancient prophecies are one of Link's turn-ons because we're then teased with some incredibly forced romance, which is interrupted when all hell breaks loose.
What is it? What happened?
Ganondorf, he's betrayed us.
And to think I was just 2 weeks away from retirement! So as Ganondorf has killed the king, Zelda and Link have to separate to prevent him from gathering the other 2 pieces of the Triforce. Luckily for them, Ganondorf is trapped inside an oil painting, giving them plenty of time to suck face before escaping. As Zelda rides away, she leaves Link with the Ocarina of Time, yet another element of the game that no one bothers to explain. But Link somehow automatically knows what it's for, and tries to gain access to the Temple of Time, where the legendary sword is kept. So using the Ocarina, Link is granted access to the green screen temple and pulls the Master Sword from its pedestal. But when Link attempts to leave, he finds that the whole kingdom has been turned into a green screen effect.
Link. I am the Sage of Time. I am the keeper of this temple where the currents of time are blurred. 5 years have passed since that day you drew the sword, as Ganondorf has loosed unspeakable evil upon the land. The Sages of Element forged the sword you drew to seal away this darkness. Be quick, Link. The Sages of Element are being held captive, hindering their power over the elements they embody. The sword will regain its power once all the Sages are delivered from the clutches of those who oppress them.
So Link sets off on his quest to free the Sages. Unfortunately, the voice in the temple didn't bother to tell him how to free the Sages, so Link just wanders around a bit until he arrives at a farm that just happens to belong to Talon, who doesn't recognize him for some reason. Okay, so it's been 5 years, but how could anyone mistake that wig? But wait, if Talon's here, then where's Malon?
I lost my firstborn the night that Lord Ganondorf overthrew the kingdom.
Wait, you're kidding, they red-shirted Malon? Oh, come on, you can't introduce a fan-favorite character just to kill her off-screen! I mean, I guess this is supposed to fuel Link's rage, and it is nice to see him actually do something for a change, but it's really hard to suddenly accept him as this badass Aragorn figure they're trying to make him.
Young master, I thank you and feel that I am eternally in your debt. Just let this horse aid you on your journey.
And that, children, is called a side quest. So Link, still having no idea where he's going, then heads to Kakariko Village, most likely because it's at the base of a fiery mountain of doom, and that's the first place anyone would look to defeat an evil demon. There, he meets a ninja named Sheik, who's actually Princess Zelda in disguise. I would have put a spoiler alert up there, but the movie doesn't seem to have a problem dispelling the mystery right away, so why should I?
Where were you when she needed you? Hyrule was overrun!
Well, excuse me, princess.
So after Sheik scolds Link for disappearing for 5 years, even though it wasn't his fault, she tells him that he must go to the top of Death Mountain to speak to the Sage of Fire. On his way up the mountain, Link runs into this guy.
My name is Dorian. If you haven't guessed by now, I'm a Goron.
Sorry, what did you just say?
I'm a Goron.
Oh, no, sir. You are sadly mistaken. See, this is a Goron. You, sir, are not a Goron.
I'm a Goron.
Say it all you want, that's not gonna make it true.
I'm a Goron.
You're Vietnamese. So with the help of the Goron, Link is able to make it to the top of the mountain. However, the sage is guarded by a great evil dragon, but Link vanquishes the monster by throwing a rock at it. Epic. Once Link has freed the Sage of Fire, who, by the way, is the best actress in the whole movie.
Once you have released the remaining 3 sages from their oppressors, you will have the strength that you need to stand beside your courage and defeat the transient ruler of the land.
He and Sheik embark on an epic quest to free the remaining sages by defeating the Kraken, Skeletor, and whatever the hell that is. With the Master Sword restored to power, our heroes storm the castle, and it finally becomes clear why they cast this guy as Link. he kinda knows his way around a sword. As for Ganondorf, I guess it's not until Link shows up on his front doorstep that he decides he actually needs to do something. No, genius, you're supposed to hit the fireballs back at him! So at last, our hero stands triumphant, or not. As I was saying, our hero stands oh, come on! We get it! He's dead!
Overkill.
So at last, our hero stands triumphant and returns to Hyrule Castle to... Wait, what? No! This scene does not need to happen, okay? The villain is dead! We've already had the climax! We don't need to see Link fight anymore! In fact, this scene never happened. That's right, never happened. All the stabbing and the arrows and everything, that was Ganondorf. Yep, Ganondorf did all that, and that's why Link is dying now. Okay? Proceed.
I left my homeland to find out who I was.
Oh, that's right, you had motivation.
Who am I, Sheik?
Friend to the friendless. Loving to the unloved.
Disgruntled postman, purveyor of ceramic kittens, master of the clarinet.
And the perfect prince. For an ashamed princess.
What a twist! That would have been if we didn't already know who she was. With the quest nearly complete, Link must put the Master Sword back in its altar to seal Ganondorf away once and for all. It also makes for a lovely plot device as it takes Link all the way back to the beginning of the movie. Oh, please don't make me watch this again! I'm just gonna come right out and say it, this movie sucks. Now before you jump down my throat, yes, I do realize this is a low-budget film, but that's not my biggest complaint against it. Sure, the graphics aren't perfect and it relies way too heavily on green screens, but I could overlook all that if it did a good job of handling the story. Sadly, it doesn't. It gets so caught up in being true to the game that the basic premise of a boy saving a princess gets lost among unnecessary references and fan service. The movie also has its strengths, with its great costumes, amazing score, and pretty awesome fight scenes, but that doesn't make up for its lack of a compelling hero. I'm a huge Zelda fan, and Ocarina of Time is my absolute favorite video game, but if this is really our best hope of ever getting a Zelda movie, I'd rather there not be one.
Unless, of course, there was another.
Who said that?
You may call me the Sage of Darkness.
Looking good, Princess. Especially from this angle.